What if your struggle was the spark of a revolution? These words didn't just change books, they changed the world. Karl Marx top 100 quotes for motivation, purpose and struggle. 1. The philosophers have only interpreted the world in various ways. The point, however, is to change it. 2. Follow your own path, no matter how difficult. 3. History repeats itself, first as tragedy, second as farce. 4. You may not be interested in politics, but politics is interested in you. 5. Nothing can have value without being an object of utility. 6. Freedom is the recognition of necessity. 7. Social progress can be measured by the social position of the female sex. 8. Revolutions are the locomotives of history. 9. Reason has always existed, but not always in a reasonable form. 10. Capital is dead labor, which, vampire-like, lives only by sucking living labor. 11. Every emancipation is a restoration of the human world, and of human relationships. 12. The theory becomes a material force as soon as it has gripped the masses. 13. Let the ruling classes tremble at a communistic revolution. 14. From each according to his ability, to each according to his needs. 15. Men make their own history, but they do not make it as they please. 16. Accumulation of wealth at one pole is the accumulation of misery at the other. 17. Wages are a direct index of the degree of exploitation. 18. The rich will do anything for the poor but get off their backs. 19. Society does not consist of individuals but expresses the sum of interrelations. 20. Necessity is blind until it becomes conscious. 21. To be radical is to grasp things by the root. 22. In a higher phase of communist society, labor will become life's prime want. 23. The production of too many useful things results in too many useless people. 24. Machines were, it may be said, the weapon employed by the capitalists. 25. The worker becomes poorer the more wealth he produces. 26. Labor is not the source of all wealth. Nature is just as much the source. 27. We are not making the world better by staying silent. 28. Capital is reckless of the health or length of life of the laborer. 29. The ideas of the ruling class are in every epoch the ruling ideas. 30. Under capitalism, man exploits man. Under socialism, it's the other way around. 31. A people without a voice cannot be heard. 32. The class struggle necessarily leads to the dictatorship of the proletariat. 33. There is no such thing as abstract labor. 34. Ignorance is the weapon of tyranny. 35. The road to hell is paved with good intentions and unpaid labor. 36. Theory without action is a dead idea. 37. The man who has nothing to lose is the most dangerous man alive. 38. Communism is the riddle of history, solved. 39. We do not need utopias. We need real change. 41. The weapon of criticism cannot, of course, replace criticism by weapons. 42. When the workers rise, the world will shift. 43. Material conditions shape consciousness. 44. The worst crime is exploiting the labor of others. 45. All that is solid melts into air. 46. A system that thrives on inequality is a system destined to fall. 47. Capitalism carries the seeds of its own destruction. 48. Those who cannot learn from history are condemned to repeat it. 49. The demand to give up illusions is the demand to give up a condition which needs illusions. 50. Man is the highest being for man. 51. To be free is nothing, to become free is everything. 52. Freedom begins where labor ends. 53. No revolution is possible without the masses. 54. Alienation is when life no longer feels like yours. 55. The more he produces, the less he has to consume. 56. The worker only feels himself outside work, and in work feels outside himself. 57. Man makes religion. Religion does not make man. 58. Revolution is not a one-time event. It is a constant struggle. 59. Change does not come from silence. It comes from struggle. 60. Property is the right to exploit. 61. The proletariat have nothing to lose but their chains. 62. Justice will never be handed to you. You must rise and demand it. 63. To awaken the people, we must awaken their minds. 64. Only in community does each individual have the means of cultivating his gifts. 65. Labor creates humanity, yet capitalism turns man into a machine. 66. Those who labor should hold power. 67. We do not live in history, we live through it. 68. Consciousness does not determine life, life determines consciousness. 69. There is no such thing as neutral education. 70. When inequality becomes the norm, rebellion becomes duty. 71. Ideas never work without action. 72. Every revolution begins with a whisper, then becomes a roar. 73. Capital has one sole life impulse, to become greater. 74. Freedom without equality is a lie. 75. Man is a social being. Outside society he is nothing. 76. If exploitation is tradition, revolution must be the future. 77. We are not just fighting for bread, but for dignity. 78. A starving man is not a free man. 79. The essence of man is no abstraction inherent in each single individual. 80. Change begins the moment you question your conditions. 81. Workers of the world, unite. 82. Let ideas arm the people, and the people will transform the world.